How do you go about choosing a personal injury lawyer after you or a loved one has been injured? Well, in my opinion, it's a good idea to watch testimonials from former clients. Let me introduce you to David. David was in a serious motor vehicle accident about 6 years ago, and I acted on his behalf.
So as I laid in the hospital, I was extremely worried about what was going to happen to my future because I was hurt bad. I knew I'd never worked the same as I did before, and I was introduced to a lawyer's team, and Thomas was the man's name, extremely kind man, and he came to his team. They sat there and explained everything to me. So as I was in the hospital, they had to do an operation. They replaced my hip. Unfortunately, it didn't. The first operation was putting screws in it to mend it. That didn't work. So then they gave me a new hip, and that didn't work. It got infected. So they had to put a spacer in my hip, which was terrible. So it wound up being, to make a long story short, that I was about a year in respite care and hospitals. And all the time I was worried, but I would call Tom. Well, probably called him 20 times more than I should have, but he was always there to answer the phone and help with my questions and helped with all my medicines and things like that. So I wound up being the best that I could have for that year. So I would highly recommend Thomas Lacerte and his whole crew. Everybody there was extremely nice to me, and they still call me from time to time to see how I'm making out. So if you ever need their services, and hopefully you don't, but this is the man to go to.